This is Julien, and welcome to the third preview video of my new digital course, High Vibe Communication, which is going to teach you everything, that's right, everything that you need to know when it comes to improving your social skills, meeting new people, and having an amazing social life. Value is ultimately what causes, quote unquote, attraction in any setting. In this third preview video, we're going to be going really deep on the topic of value and discovering your own high value traits. If you've ever asked yourself, what is it that, really makes someone magnetic? What is it that really, just captivates people? Like, you might be out in a certain environment and you see people where no matter where they go, eyes are always just staring at them. People want to talk to them. It's like they're this magnet and everyone's just drawn to that person. You're like, well, what is it about them? Right? How can I do that? How can I be this magnet where wherever I go, people are simply attracted? They want to talk to me. They want to meet me. Well, to do that, you're going to have to understand what exactly is value and what are your high value traits. And this is what this preview is going to cover. So buckle your seatbelt, get ready, and enjoy. In terms of your value, you understand the dynamic, follow the magnet effect. Then you have to ask yourself, okay, well, how can I bring the magnet towards me? What makes me valuable? Overall, your value, the number one thing that makes you valuable as a person, as cheesy as it sounds, is your authenticity, your uniqueness. That is the one thing that no one can beat you at. Right? No one can beat you at being you. That's the one true, unique thing that you can offer this world. If you try to find it in, how much I have or money, there's always going to be a bigger fish. You can't win that one. But at being you, yeah, you can. And that ultimately, if you think of legacy on the world, like that's the ultimate legacy, is like, did people experience the real you? Did the world get to see and react to the real you? So realize that that's the overall value. You don't need to compensate with all these other things. At a core, just who you are.
The one thing you are the best at, no matter what, is you being yourself, playing the game that is you, right? That's also why if you try to imitate someone, you're just this poor version, like the cheap version of that person. But if you tap into that authenticness, the only thing that you can provide based upon your unique upbringing, your unique DNA, experiences, interpretations, that's the one thing only you can provide. Okay, your uniqueness. And it's always important to remind yourself of that. Like, the most valuable thing is my quote unquote being. That's why people watch, even say, the Joe Rogan podcast. Of course, people watch it for the information, but for the most part, they just watch it because they enjoy experiencing Joe Rogan. Joe Rogan talk, Joe Rogan interview, ask questions, the vibe behind it, the atmosphere, the look of it. That's what they really like, right? If you take Joe Rogan, it really doesn't matter who the guest is. Right? For the most part, it might play into your situational value where you're like, oh, I really like when there's more thinker guests, right? More, you like say a Jordan Peterson or whatnot. Oh, I like that versus say UFC fighter guest. Yeah, that might play into it, but overall, you'd still enjoy it just because it's Joe Rogan, and only he can provide that unique experience. The same with me, right? When I put videos out, I could probably start a cooking channel, and some of you would watch it. Not because you're super into cooking, not because I'm the best at cooking at all, but because you'd enjoy just the experience of, and I'm not saying this in an obnoxious way, but if you're used to watching me and you enjoy it, like you'd enjoy the experience of me talking about cooking, right? Or if I made a movie review series, a video review series, a TV show series, and I'm just breaking it down, you just enjoy it because it's more of just me. That's what you got to start doing all the time. It's like my core value is just the unique experience that I can deliver. All of you here, when you talk, for example, I'm like unmuting you and you're talking, only you can deliver that experience to us here. No one else can replicate that.
Going deeper though, it is very important to bring your awareness to what do I have going for myself? And an exercise I highly suggest you all do is writing down a list of features and benefits. Personal features and benefits.
What are your features or even unique features? And how are those also benefits? How would those benefit people who meet you, who interact with you? Ultimately, what value do you have to offer? Say someone decided to be your friend. Someone decided to date you, get into a romantic relationship with you. Someone decided to work with you. What value do you bring to the table? Everyone knows the value they want from others. If I take all of you here, I'm like, okay, what are you looking for in a business partner? What are you looking for in a friend? What are you looking for in a romantic relationship? You all know. Oh, I want someone who's this. I don't want that. Okay, great. You know what they're bringing to the table. Let's just say you meet that person. What are they getting out of being with you or working with you or being your friend? What's the value exchange? And you have to get clear on that. And this comes down to analyzing who you are, doing that deep audit. Okay, based upon who I am, you could start simple, right? A bit superficial. Okay, what are some unique skills or some skills that I can provide? What are some unique experiences that make me? Some things that I've gone through that, would actually help. What are some things about my personality, about who I am as a person? Just make a list. And then from that, differentiate features, benefits. Features is the thing, right? It's like, they would like me because I've, as an example, right? I've read a lot of books, right? That's something I bring to the table. I read a lot of books. Great. That's a feature. You've read a lot of books. You know a lot of information. Feature. The benefit, and for this, always ask yourself, if you're the other person, why do I care? That's the comeback. To any feature, imagine the person tells you, oh, that's your feature. Why do I care about that? Oh, you read a lot of books? Cool. Why do I care? Oh, you know a lot of content? Great. Why do I care? Oh, you're very smart? Great. Why do I care? Explain it. Oh, you care because this will help you in this way, that way, and that way. Right? Oh, you care because this will benefit you in this way, this way, this way. Right? And this goes back to what we talked about here before, where, never assume that they know how value equals survival, reproduction, good emotions. You'll have to explain this sometimes to them. And that is where you, once more, features, benefits. Features, benefits. Same with letting go, right? Even if you take a lot of my videos, say on YouTube, or any kind of promotional content when it comes to letting go, what am I doing? I'm explaining how letting go helps you. I don't assume that people naturally know this. And guaranteed, probably a lot of you didn't know that until I explained it to you. You're like, okay, Julien's talking about this letting go thing. And then you see some video where I'm like, okay, letting go actually helps this. And it'll help you with your confidence and self-esteem. And then in social skills, you deal with this problem. This will happen after I started letting go, et cetera, et cetera. You're like, oh, letting go is very beneficial. Let's learn how to do this, right? No one's going to be like, hey, do you want to learn how to let go? You're like, what does it do? Oh, you just learn how to let go. It's awesome, right? People will sometimes use very vague benefits like, it's awesome. It'll make you feel good. You'll like it. Don't do that. Get specific. In what specific way will this thing, this feature, benefit that person's survival, reproduction, good emotions?
And just this list alone, by the way, will eliminate a lot of self-sabotage. Because what I've seen, and this is so crazy, is that in any social situation, we tend to always know what we want from the other person we're talking to. Right? Oh, if I network with this person, my business would really go up. Oh, I'd love to, be friends with this person. They seem really fun, et cetera, et cetera. You know what you want, but we rarely pause and ask ourselves, okay, this is what I want from them. What do they get in exchange? What do they get from me? If you're like, I don't know, we're not much, we're nothing, then you will self-sabotage out of decency. Where you're like, well, if I'm going to get all that from them and they're not getting anything from me, they're getting this rotten deal, because I don't want to screw them over, I'm just going to self-sabotage. So you got to get clear on what are they getting from you.
Beyond that, there are valuable characteristics. All of these subcommunicate value. Okay, so for example, social intelligence. This one is a huge one, right? It's like, oh, this person, and this can also go into your features and benefits, right? Social intelligence, that'd be the feature. Oh, you know how to read social cues, you know how to get around socially, great. Then the next question for you is, how would that benefit the person? So in reality, for all of you here, when you make this list, you should be writing down technically 100 things, right? 50 features, 50 benefits for each feature. So social intelligence, how would that communicate value, right? Oh, this person knows how to read different social situations, read how to navigate situations, how to move up, like gets a feel for what's going on around them socially. Then guess what? That would definitely increase survival chances, because this person's not going to be so dumb that they'll say or do something dumb that'll mess everything up. Will probably increase reproduction, or if kids would be smarter, and good emotions and success. Like, it's extremely valuable, especially nowadays. Social intelligence is lacking more and more. This is, for me, by the way, if I even look at any kind of hire, number one thing I look for, beyond even the skill, right? Because a lot of skills, especially if someone's socially smart, they can learn. Some spots, yeah, you need a certain amount of skill, but for the most part, it's like, is this person socially savvy? And it's really, really hard to find. People say very uncalibrated things. They'll say things that raise red flags. They say things that just kill the vibe, or they're just like, oh, you really said that? Value drops immediately.
Would you ever try to rely on someone where you know that they have no social intelligence? No, because they would not be able to navigate this world. It's way too risky. Low social intelligence, doing something that's out of line, that's not appropriate to the context of a situation or a conversation, extremely low value. Having a strong reality is very valuable. Oh, this person's actually very grounded. They know who they are. They know what they value. They know what they want, versus pinging externally. Being confident, being non-reactive, being at the cause, having a certain amount of valuable knowledge. All of those are characteristics. You can write them down. Good questions to ask yourself here too is, what are you proud of in your life? If you can't answer that, again, it's a big problem. What are you proud of? We talked about how value also is anything that causes good emotions. If you want to zoom in on that, it's three things: fun, carefree, passion. Good emotions, fun, carefree, passion. These three things are extremely valuable. Everyone wants to have more fun. Everyone wants to be more carefree. Everyone wants to be excited and passionate about something. It's another key question. What excites you in life? Most people have no idea. Learn how to generate this within yourself. And people want to be around you. They will see value in you because, hey, if I'm around this person, I'll experience fun. I'll experience carefreeness. That'll rub off on me. I'll experience passion. And this, you will have to learn it when it comes to you. What do you find funny? That's something to start auditing, right? Audit your day-to-day life and ask yourself, okay, today, when did I laugh? When did I genuinely laugh? How can I be carefree? How can I experience passion? What am I excited about? Okay. Fun, carefree, passion. Remember here too, value potential is equally as attractive as having that value. Meaning, as an example, you could be having already made it, say a business setting. You're now a successful business person. Or you're not yet, but you're on that way there. And you know the path, and the people you see, oh, they see the path for you. You have that potential. You're going places. That's equally as attractive and valuable as already being there.
This is something I would remind myself of all the time, say 10, 12 years ago, where at the time I was in LA, I was broke, I had no money, I had nothing. But what did I have? I was working on myself, and I had a certain path ahead of me where people could sense this person is going places, right? There's the potential of having value. And this is why if you talk to someone, and you could take two people, right? Say in that context, all they care about is money, right? It's like, say you have someone, all they care about is money, 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 money. They talk to someone who say has a lot of money. Oh yeah, I run this business, I make a lot of money. They'll light up. But say they talk to someone who's like, hey, right now I don't have much money, but this is what I'm working on, and this is my plan, and this is what's going to happen. And they see the potentiality of it equally as attractive. Value and potential value equally as attractive.
Remember this too. Yes, be aware of it in others, right? Okay, what's their currency? What would be valuable to this person? General value. Yes, be aware of it. But also remember this, your reality, your rules. Don't use this and fall into the trap of now always trying to impress others. because now you're placing them on a pedestal, you're reacting to them. If you have a very strong reality, what you find valuable will be what is valuable. So for example, say you're talking to someone and let's just say they're into unhealthy habits, right? They're really into like, drinking, for example, and smoking and whatnot. What you might think is, oh, if that's them, I guess that's one thing they value, even though it's not healthy. So how would I communicate there? Versus going up and being like, oh yeah, I'm not into that. If you're like strong reality, strong frame, that's not what I'm about. They will actually be like, oh, I guess I want to live up to that person's idea. Okay, well, I'll put it aside. So it's always a balance, right? You can't be like, my reality, my rules all the time. It won't connect with anyone. So don't go just me and blind to others, but don't just go all others, not me. It's finding that nice balance.
So this is a game changer. It's like, it's a flip of it. And it's a bit of a caveat on what we covered here, where it's like, okay, you get all that, great. But I could actually go up to say someone who's super into business and say they're not into spirituality, right? The example I said. One is you could talk business and play into that frame, and that's cool. Or you can go up and just be so confident and be like, oh yeah, spirituality is awesome, and just so into it that they will be like, oh shit, this person, they're going to even start perhaps second guessing themselves, and they're going to play into that. They'd be like, oh, Julien's currency is spirituality, even though I don't give a fuck about that. Let me say things to impress Julien and impress that. And they chase. So a little bit of a magic subtle point there. Okay. Your reality, your rules.
Now, if you resonate with this and you want to learn how to communicate your value, because understanding it, that's part of it. Identifying it too, right? Here are my high value traits. How do you communicate that to others, especially in a way where it doesn't seem try hard? Well, that there is going to be covered in extreme depth in high vibe communication. Just click the link below this video right now. Do not wait. This is a limited offer. If the link still works, you are in luck, and start your social journey now. You will learn everything when it comes to developing emotional skills, analytical skills, learning all the little subtleties and nuances that happen beneath the surface in social interactions. This will be like learning how to read the matrix, and you will see the code wherever you go, and your social life will go to a whole other level. So do not wait. Click the link. I look very forward to seeing you on the inside. There are also Zoom calls in there where you'll be able to practice your social skills with me. I'll be able to help you identify once more your high value traits, give you personalized custom feedback in terms of how to communicate that and attract others, and really be this high value social person all around. So click the link and I'll see you on the inside.